I just want to say thank you. You're definitely a godsend. I mentioned to you before that why I started trading with Ashley. I turned 65 and I was having a hard time getting a new contract. I can understand a little age discrimination because again, as a lead project manager at 65, if I leave the project, it's not good. Um, Anyway, so I just prayed and said, "Lord, you know my financial needs more than I do, so if you could just help me pay them, that'd be great." And then you 2 recommended me out of the blue to watch your video, and I saw your video on Palantir, and, I said, "Well, gosh, you made it sound so easy," because 'cause I've been wanting to do this for, like, 20 years. And so then I checked other YouTube, individuals that had their Discords, and I kept coming back to yours because yours just the way you explained it and you made it sound fun. There's this joy in your voice. There's a peace with you. And so to make a long story short, um, I had like last May, I realized I had like a $50,000 debt I needed to pay by December and January. And so I took a chance with you and, I paid that debt. Um, so I'm free of debt. And not only am I free of debt, I could easily pay out my house if I want to and pay my pickup truck off if I want to and still have money left over.
Hello, and welcome to the Trading with Ashley show. The reason I opened with that heartwarming testimonial is it is the primary reason why I got into teaching trading options. It truly is a life hack for money. And if you've spent any time watching my videos, you're starting to pick up on how you too can do this if you want to get into the options game. But just like we do every year, when we look over the past year and we look forward to the next year, it's really good to take stock of all of your accomplishments, the mistakes you made, and things you do differently moving forward. It's the E in experience when we look back over the past year and we tweak how we're going to approach the next year. So this video is dedicated to all of the things that I did in 2024, the best and the worst, so that I can learn from those mistakes and I want you to learn as well along with me. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to recap my portfolio. We're going to grade me on how I performed against the S&P 500 because that's how most traders like to grade their portfolio, because you can either put your money in the SPY or VOO or VTI, or you can actively trade with it. And if you're not beating the S&P 500 year after year, then you're just spinning your wheels. So that's how I measure myself. You can help grade me on that. We're going to look at the ticker symbol that I made the most money off of in 2024. We're going to look at the ticker symbol that I lost the most money on in 2024. Now, these are realized gains and losses, so you'll get to see after my trade closed what I won and what I lost. We're also going to look at the strategy that was the most consistent in 2024 with the way I trade. But more importantly, we're going to look at the strategy that was the most capital efficient, meaning it took the least amount of money to make the most amount of money. And this may help you adapt your trading style after you watch what I want to show you. Let's go get into the details so you can learn alongside me and you can give me a grade. I want to hear in the comment section how you are grading my portfolio performance. And I want to thank all of you because in 2024, I had a very tall mountain in front of me. I rebranded my channel. I started from scratch. And I am proud to say that I have now surpassed the amount of subscribers that I had when I shut down my other channel. I was at about 24,900 subscribers, and now I am looking at 30,000 subscribers, very close to that. That could not happen with all of your support. So I want to give you all a personal thank you, and I'm so glad you are learning, and more importantly, you're making money. First, I want to take you through my personal accounts, and we can look at the growth in 2024 of each of these accounts. Now, Most traders like to measure themselves against the S&P 500. And the S&P 500 had a 25.17% growth in 2024. The NASDAQ, which is another popular way to measure your performance against, had 27.53% growth. And both of those are really impressive because on average, the S&P 500 will return anywhere between 8 and 12%. So it had a banner year. Now, I'm very proud to report that between my 3 largest accounts, I was able to achieve over 55% returns. So I started off the year with 2.4 million. I was able to grow it an additional 1.35 million, and I ended the year with 3.7 million in the 3 largest accounts that I have. Now, I use Merrill, Fidelity, and E-Trade for my largest accounts, and I trade a variety of ways with these accounts, but I was going to share with you of that 1.3 million growth, what the vast majority of the growth came from. I'll share that with you, and then I also will share with you what other strategy that I introduced to my trading significantly this year and how it helped me grow. When we look at the trades that I call out in the community, I've been calling out trades all year, but we just started tracking them in quarter 4. And so if we look at our quarter 4 trades, we had hundreds of trades, and I try to call different trades out for the variety of trading styles in the community. Some prefer to sell options. That's the majority of what we do. Some have larger accounts, some have smaller accounts. We do some swing trading, and we do purchase leaps, and we do purchase skips, and some like to even run poor man's covered calls against their purchase leaps. But if you look at how the S&P 500 performed in quarter 4, they had a dismal 1.9% growth. Now the NASDAQ performed better. It has a lot of your tech stocks in it. It had a 5.6% growth. But if you were with me trading with Ashley and you were following along on my wheel strategy trades, you would have seen a stellar 17.3% growth in quarter 4 alone. Now, not all trades are winners, so let's go through what my largest loss was this year. In my Fidelity account, I had been trading SMCI, and unfortunately, I had been put the shares. I had successfully run the wheel strategy for several weeks, but then the bottom fell out with SMCI. So I actually cut my losses. That particular loss, as you see here, was $37,000. I did make it back. I decided to get out of the trade. It took me approximately 4 weeks to make it back, but my strategy worked, shifting from a stock that was anemic to a stock that I had more confidence in, and that helped me immensely. So you can't be afraid to cut your losses, because had I stayed in this trade, I would have not only lost more money, but I would have lost opportunity to put that additional money back into the market in a better trade that I had more confidence in. As of December 31st, 2024, this was my largest unrealized loss. Now, I still have this position. It's CleanSpark, and it rallied quite a bit on Friday, so it's up from where we see here. But I wanted to look at a snapshot in time and just show you what I'm holding, because I do think with Bitcoin running much higher, we're enjoying that right now, that this will eventually come up, and I will be selling covered calls on it as soon as I can get close enough to the strike price that I purchased it at, and I'll start making additional money that way. Let's look at the end of 2024, what my largest unrealized gain was, and that is Palantir. I have been acquiring Palantir for quite some time. I actually have another account that I'm running the wheel strategy on it, but this position alone has yielded me in 2024 $261,000. That's a 190% increase. This shows how having conviction in a play can really help you, because Palantir has not been a straight line up. It's had a stellar growth in 2024, but it has had significant pullbacks. But I stayed the course, and on those pullbacks, I would add to my position until I got to my desired amount, which was 5,000 shares. Very happy, very proud of this particular play, and I plan on holding on to this and only adding to this position on pullbacks. Tesla was another huge winner for me. I have 500 shares and I purchased it when it was much lower than it is now. It has seen an 83% growth. Now this is based on the end of 2024, but as of this Friday it was trading much higher, so this will only continue to grow. I think Tesla's best days are ahead of it. Let's look at my largest realized gain. And this may not be a surprise to many of you because you probably have traded successfully this stock as well. But MSTR has been my largest gain this year. It has yielded me $343,000, and this is actually realized gains. So these positions are closed out. The majority of them closed out on an active trailing stop loss. And I actually did a video dedicated just to this position so that I could make sure that all of my viewers understood what my community understands, and that's how to put a trailing stop loss on your positions. And that works really well when you have had significant growth in a position like I have in this one. Now let's look at the strategy that was the biggest game changer for me. I spend the vast majority of my time on the wheel strategy, and that accounted for what you're seeing. But I cannot deny that purchased leaps and skips have been what have really given me that extra boost in my portfolio. You can see right here, and these actual call options are all up over 200%, most of them over 300%. When you look at simply buying and holding, these are unrealized gains that are still in my account, and I grabbed a snapshot for you as of end of day Friday. So my largest value changes have to do with Palantir, Tesla, MicroStrategy, and Nvidia. And I'm very proud of Robinhood. Robinhood was one that I invested in very early on, and that made all the difference because I'm enjoying over 100% gain in each of these positions. It probably won't come as a surprise to you, but the most consistent strategy when I traded this year was running the wheel strategy. That's when you sell puts, you get assigned, you allow a stock to appreciate, and then you sell calls, forcing the call away, and that's how you grow your account the most consistent way. I hope you enjoyed that 2024 recap. I would love to hear in the comments some of the trading styles that you're most interested in so that I can adjust what I prepare for you and that you can learn everything you want to learn. Now, if you want real-time access to me and you want to be able to trade alongside me throughout the week, all you need to do is click the link below and book a very brief call. My team will take you through what Discord is all about. They'll actually show you how I trade in Discord. They'll show you where to go, and you can take a look to see if it's something you might be interested in. We have the kindest, most supportive community out there, and I would love to welcome you into it. Remember, if you're trading with Ashley, there is no trader left behind. Now, since this is a 2024 recap video, I am going to leave my video that has the most views for all of you to watch. You can watch that right here.